Hi all. Just a quick update. I've had a few people reach out to me and ask me if I've given up on the Esprit or whether the project's moving forward at all. And no, I have definitely not given up on the Esprit. And yes, it's moving forward, but admittedly very slowly. So this is a quick update on where the engine progress stands, as well as I want to show you what I've started to do with the interior of the car. So the engine is still at the machine shop in the next town over. I had told him no rush when I dropped it, so I can't really complain on the pace of progress so far. What he has told me thus far is that two of the cylinders were in fact leaking at the base of the liner, so there's the cause of my water in the oil. I'm still waiting for him to confirm all the pieces are within spec, but he said visually the pistons and the liner walls look great, which I'm very happy about. And I'm hoping they can be reused as is with just a new set of rings as opposed to resurfacing the liners or replacing them entirely, which I don't want to do. I should have that answer relatively soon. Regarding the interior, I had always said that I wanted to try my hand at redoing it. For that reason, I bought an industrial strength Singer 111W155 sewing machine. Ambitious, yes, but I think it'll be fun to try. If you forgot why the interior needs attention, here you go. Now, I've never sewn a stitch in my life, so the thought of redoing an entire interior is definitely a bit daunting, but I'm looking at it as doing it one piece at a time, aside from the seats. That's too complicated. I'll probably send the seats out. But the other pieces are, if you just look at them one piece at a time, and you recognize that the patterns and the stitch used are not overly complicated or difficult, it becomes less daunting. It becomes something that you realize you can do, or at least try. I've been watching a bunch of videos online from a fellow named Cechaflo, Cechaflo. His work is amazing. He does all his videos without dialogue or no sound, but is still able to convey the notion that even the most complicated pieces in a vehicle, maybe the dashboard, are still just individual steps that if you do them slowly and you do them correctly, the result will be a fantastic end product. Before I can sew, I need to decide what color the interior is going to be and what material. I settled on a vegan leather called Napatech. It has a look and feel of real leather, but is more resilient than the actual material. This is not a cheap knockoff. It contains no plastic, so it's not a vinyl or anything like that. It looks and feels just like leather. A bit pricey, but it's worth it. Regarding the color, the old color was gray. It was more, but it was lighter. It was more of a light gray than a dark gray. Given I'm not going back to the original exterior color, I'm going to keep it yellow, or actually I'm going to repaint it to a deeper yellow. I feel no strong attachment to keeping the interior of this car its original color either. So I ordered a single yard of each of the following: Ferrari Black, Mercedes Magma Grau, and Lamborghini Gallo Taurus, which is, the three of them is black, gray, dark gray, and yellow. Okay, so what I did is I found a Lotus Esprit interior. I think this is on Bring a Trailer. Great looking interior. If mine looked like this, I wouldn't be redoing it. So what I did is I dropped this onto a paint editor and started overlaying some of the colors on the different panels to figure out what color combination I want to go with. And I'm not absolutely dead set on this yet. It could still change. The areas that I know for certain that I want to, how I want to color, the A-pillars, I want those to be black. The carpet, I want to be black. And the shift gaiter, I want to be yellow with black stitching. Those are the only ones that are absolutely, I'm confident of. All the other colors are subject to change. So first of all, I set the carpet to black. I changed the A-pillars to black. I like that color. I think that looks sharp. And the top of the door, so it's a continuation. The door card, the top of it at least, is sort of a continuation of the A-pillar. So I figured it made the most sense to make that top of the card, not yellow, black as well. And I like how that flows. This little door card insert, I figured I would embellish it in yellow and perhaps like a black stitching on it, so it really kind of pops and gets your attention. Um, the lower door, I went with yellow. Now this is all subject to change, but right now tentatively I'm thinking the lower doors are done in yellow. And there's the bolster on top of the passenger side, and that's going to be black. And the dashboard above it right now is picking up as gray, but that's going to be redone too as black. So it'll definitely be all one uniform color of black. And then I did the dashboard itself in yellow. And I'm thinking the black stitching that you see will really make it pop. That'll really make it look good. I could go with a black dashboard and with yellow stitching, and that really stands out too. I'm not 100% certain yet. I don't really know. Too much yellow is not a good thing, but if it's done right, it could really look good. So the heater controls and radio unit, those I think I'm going to go with black. And when I transition over to the armrest area, the center armrest, not yellow, it's going to be black as well. And you can see the yellow stitching that I've done to sort of embellish it. That leaves the shift gaiter. That is one of the things, as I said, I know for certain that I want to be bright yellow with black stitching on it. I think that'll look really nice. You got these, the side of the tunnel. I believe I'm going to go yellow with them. And if we go over to the door, anything that sticks through the carpet, such as the handbrake and the seatbelt loops, I think I can cover those in yellow. So the seats I'm going to send out, I don't really know what I'm doing with those. I just did some quick coloring on them to get an idea of what they might look like, but I'm envisioning the bolsters being yellow with some black stitching on it, and the lower part being black with some yellow stitching on it. And there's my handbrake and the seatbelt loop opening. Both colored yellow to match the rest of the vehicle. So this is my number one choice, but I'm by no means dead set on it. I don't know if this is too much yellow. I might, if the thing is if I start switching the color to black, in my opinion, the lower doors and the dashboard, they all tie together. So if I do the lower door cards or the door panels in black, I almost feel like I have to do the dashboard in black as well, and then use the yellow stitching to really highlight it. That's not a bad look at all. So then the majority of the yellow would really be on the seats and the inset door card. That would be yellow with black stitching, and where the handbrake and the seatbelt loops come through, and then the side of the console as well. The rest would all be black, but would have the bright yellow stitching. That's not a bad look either. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I just haven't decided yet if doing the dashboard in yellow is too much yellow or not. On to the sewing that I've done thus far. Here's a quick preview of this is the A-pillar, the A-pillars off the vehicle. As you can see, they're really bad. I'll show you quickly what I've done sewing wise. There's a learning curve involved. I've sewn one A-pillar thus far. The one you see in the picture, it was stripped, sanded down. All the glue and material under it was removed, and I sewed the cover. This is the semi-finished product. I'm not happy with this result. I mean, I like the way this stitching came out. I think it looks good, but I'm not happy with the way it sits on the panel. I glued it wrong, basically, so I'll probably rip this one down and redo it. So I got a ton of video of me sewing and messing up this A-pillar. I'll show you that next time, and at the end of the next video I will have the additional costs that are involved with the material that I purchased, and I bought some clips for the A-pillars itself, and so I'll update the spec sheet for prices. Thanks for following along.